Hello everyone, Xandero Gaming coming at y'all with another video, and in today's video we are going to do a market watch for the Union Arena trading card game. Now I do want to do, the top super rares in the game, like I always do, but to add some context to this video, I do also want to touch on the latest set, the Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2 set, and just go through what some of those prices are. I'll go through these pretty quick because I just want to show everyone, just what everything is sitting at, so you have some kind of idea, right, of what the newest set going for. Obviously, we have the chase card, the 2-star rare Gojo, which is absolutely insane. I do think that this card will hold the value. It is a very unique art on the card. It is really, really cool. I don't think we've seen anything quite like this particular one. And it really is just a beautiful card. I think that this one will hold a pretty high value, but we've seen these 2 stars drop down depending on what, it's going for. Then we have our 1-star SR Yuji. Now, this is the one that is another art of the same Yuji from the first volume, but it is the really cool art for it. So you are getting another Yuji art. I'm a little disappointed they didn't give him a different kind of art. You're kind of just using the same art and, changing the outside, but it is a very pretty card, so pulling this one does go a long way for you here. Now, we do have coming up in, for the prices of those, the Gojo market price, $185. The Yuji at the moment sitting at a solid $35. Then next in line, you do have the Gojo the rare star one. This one is kind of surprising to see it so high too, because people love Gojo. Like, Gojo is a fan favorite, obviously being one of the stronger characters in the show. And I love these little crest symbols they gave them on the cards. I think that helps to show, some value. Now, obviously, it did start off really, really high on pre-sales. No one really buying it for that amount. We actually have, 10 total sold listings, sitting at around 30 bucks. But this set did just come out, right? So I do expect a lot of these prices to fall for a lot of these Altar SRs and rares. Then you have Ghetto bringing up second place with some low listings at 17, market price 31. Like I said, all these cards are going to be really, really high. I just wanted to go through it so you guys can kind of see that they are really high at the moment because these cards did just come out, right? And the arts are really beautiful, like the super rare Gojo, the 4-drop staying up here. All these prices are kind of really, really high, but they are really good. You can tell that they are doing a better job, I think, on the card arts in this set than they did the previous sets because they're getting better at printing the cards. But at the moment, if you buy boxes of this, you can, sell a lot of the SRs, alt arts in the set for really, really high. I was fortunate enough to get the Tojis, the Fushiguros here, both copies of them. I love the art, really, really cool. And I do still need this Toto alt art for the rare. If anyone has one and wants to trade one to me, please reach out to me. I would love to get this off of you. But yeah, all the cards are really cool. The one thing I did want to say that I thought was a little low was going to be the Megumi on here. Where you see down here all the way at the bottom, this Megumi is really, really important for the deck, and I think that this is not a bad price to pick some of these up. 9 total listings, lowest sell price between $7 and $9 for the card. This card is really, really important for the deck, and I think that if you pick this alt art up for less than $10, I think you do it right now. This card is going to be a super powerful card in the deck, and I think that this one being so low is a really, really good pickup. Now, the Nanami also, which I think is a really, really important card in the set, being really, really strong, not being one of the more expensive alt arts as well. Seeing here 10 sold listings, between $11 and $20. It seems like the market price is about 15 bucks. But this is a good one to pick up too. I think if you get this one for 15 or less, a really great card to pick up because Nanami now has a full 8 set of rays that you can run in your Nanami deck. So now it is a separate build and deck that you can play outside of trying to do the, weird Sukuna hybrid. And I think that'll make a lot more people happy about the deck. I do think that if you want to play the most competitive version of the deck, you're still going to run that older version of the deck and just update the new color trigger outside of that from the Yuji. But a really important card to look at as well. Right, so that is going over the JJK set. Let's get into our top, 12 different super rares, right? Coming in first place, we do have Gawain with a market price still sitting at about $24, which this card is not going anywhere. This card is still so important in the game. It is still one of the best decks in the game, and it doesn't have as many different options as the Sukuna JJK decks, where like I do think that that is the best deck in the format at the moment, blue JJK decks, but they have different cards that you can play in the deck where they're not always all included. The one SR that will pop up on this list, obviously, is going to be included, which is the Yuji. But the Gawain is such an important card. This is going to be staying at 20 bucks. It's not going anywhere. The lowest we've ever seen it for, is 16 bucks and then shooting right back up. So if you pick this card for 20 bucks, you won't be disappointed because the deck's not going anywhere. It's still really, really strong. Another recency bias probably, but also because it is the most sought after super rare in the Black Clover set, is going to be your Asta, the 075. This is the 5 energy 1 cost raid Asta. This card is so strong because it just comes out and you get to clear a 4K lesser body and sideline it. Effects that are kill spells on bodies are really, really strong. And this card is so good because you can do it as a defensive raid too. You raid this in life. Say you have the 5 energy, your opponent swings in, they hit this, it's like hitting another special trigger because now you get to sideline one of their 4,000 PP less. It is absolutely so strong. Bringing up third place actually is the Nezuko's because, like I said, the Nezuko's are harder to find from the Demon Slayer set. All of these, sitting at a market price between 12 and 13, 14 bucks. Nezuko is the most important piece of this combo with Tanjiro because she is your early drop raid. We only have one raid Nezuko, and this is the only one. So you're running 4 copies of this one where you aren't always running, 8 copies of all the raid Tanjiros. But is a very important card, and with that being said, the Asuna coming up in 4th place, being $10 to $12 as well, market price 11, so a little bit lower than Nezuko at the moment. She is also in the same vein as Nezuko, where like your combo determines you needing Asunas on the field, and you only have the one raid Asuna in the deck. Now, we do have the other Asuna, which is, I think, even just as important as this one, but this is the raid one, and everyone's going to be running 4 of this copy in the deck, where you don't always have to run 4 copies of each of the Kiritos. Bringing up 5th place is going to be Yuji, and I think that the only reason this card has dropped a little bit is because so much support is out for Blue JJK, where now this is definitely one of the best generic raid cards. It does bounce the card back to your opponent's hand, but it is a generic kills like bounce spell, right? You play this, and no matter what you got going on, you get to return something with 4,000 less BP from your opponent's front line to the hand, and that gets around a lot of effects that say this card can't be sidelined in situations like that. So Yuji's not going anywhere. I think right now, if you've been waiting to pick up this card, now is the time to pick up your playsets. It's under $10. You can see here, there have been dips where it's gotten close to that point, but there's never been a time where this card has been quite as low as where it is now, as in the past when the first, set kind of came out. Pick up your Yujis. If there's one right now that I'm telling you pick up, it is Yujis, because the deck's not going anywhere. It's still very, very powerful. Coming into 5th place is going to be Hellish Blizzard, sitting at around $8 to $10 as well. This card is really, really strong, and the reason the price of this one is going up is because a lot of people are playing this package in their yellow One Punch Man decks because it is just a draw engine at the end of the day, and it does let you get back some other cards that you may want to, and it's just a nice, rare raid body that you can put out on the board, and it is just really, really strong. All characters in your field gain 1,000 BP tilt in your turn by using this effect to place 2 cards in your sideline. It is so strong. Very generic good card. And with the same vein of that, we have another yellow One Punch Man SR in this list. Genos low listings of $7 to $9, almost 10. He is just really, really strong, having Nullify Impact, double energy generator, and it is so strong on BP. This card is one of the most important cards of the deck because it provides so much utility for the deck, so much control. It is the control, the color trigger. It gives you the double energy. It can be 4,000 BP. It lets you restand your Saitamas. It is a very important card in the deck. Both of these SRs make your yellow Saitama decks kind of expensive for a Union Arena deck at the end of the day. Now we do have my girl Mimosa on here, and for the same vein as Hellish Blizzard, Mimosa's price is higher than the Noelle. because people run the Mimosa package in the Asta package. So the same way the Hellish Blizzard gets played in the Yellow One Punch Man Saitama deck, Mimosa is played in the the Black Clover deck, because she just lets you win play, draw a card, and then you get to still reduce the AP or get an event from your sideline to your hand. It's such a generically good card, and it's beautiful too, right? I love this art. One of the most beautiful arts in the game. Beautiful character, awesome, sweet character in the show too. I love her. You are paying the waifu tax on that, and it is also a very powerful card, being able to be included in the red Black Clover deck. These are why these cards are so good. Now, bringing up, 8th place is going to be Lancelot, and then 9th place Kurapika. Love to see our green guys, hold their value here. Market price about $8 for each of these cards. Technically, the Suzaku a little bit more than the Kurapika, which we've not seen lately. But I think that both these decks are not going anywhere, and they are from technically older-ish sets now, right? So we're going to hold the value on these cards each time that new sets come out and these cards get older. So I think now also, they're sitting pretty low, like $6 each. I say you pick up your play sets of these as well. I wouldn't wait out on them. If you've ever wanted to play the deck, now is the time to play them, because they're not going to, they're still just strong decks. Now we are going to do top 12. Like I said, I want to do top 12 instead of top 10. And we do have our Ichigo from the first set coming up into 10th place, or 11th place, and then Xenon coming up in 12th place. Both of these cards really, really good. The Purple Bleach deck did get support from the newest set as well, and I do think that Purple Bleach is still really, really strong, and you have a lot more consistency pieces. The Ichigo 5-drop raid is going to be, $7 and some change. Market price for it coming up into the top 12, and then Xenon. Obviously, super important to see Xenon in your decks. She is what makes the deck go, and I'm kind of surprised to see this card so low, to be honest. It's still a newer set. It's under $10. It's the most important card in the deck, and I would say to pick these up now as well. That is the top 12. I do want to go through really quick to show you guys a couple that are coming up in here. We have these blue JJJ cards coming up in price, bringing up the rear. You have the green cards and the other Sword Art Online cards coming up. You have your red Black Clover cards. You have your other raid target for Kogias and your other purple Ichigo raid. That is just some of the most expensive cards at the moment in base value for the unionarena trading card game. Do you think that I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that there's a card that is ever going to top the Gawain in terms of this value, right? It's been the most consistent card to stay around that $20 range. Nothing else was touching it outside of the Yuji at one point when it first came out. It was staying between $15 to $18 just behind the Gawain, but Gawain is definitely the number one card in the game in terms of price at the moment and value. When you pull these out of your boxes, they do hold a lot of clout and be able to trade them because they are going to stay good for so long. Really awesome to see the Asta bringing up the second place for sure. And either way, like, Unionarena is still such a cheap card game compared to all the other card games. Like, I'm messing around with Magic cards right now, trying to get all my Commander decks in sort, and like, Magic's way more expensive than this game. I think that we are in a healthy spot of the game where no deck costs you an absorbent amount of money outside of trying to maybe max rarity them. But let me know in the comments what y'all think about these videos. I love doing the Market Watch videos for this. It'll be curious to see with the next couple sets coming out. I'll wait a while until I do another Market Watch, or at least wait until the, Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 2 stuff goes down another couple weeks. That may be the next Market Watch video I do for that, just to see some updated prices and see where everything follows. But don't forget to leave a video, like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Peace.